Vine pulled her hand out of John's hand, no matter how scared she was. She moved to the other side of the seat and covered her belly to protect her baby. Vine, I believe in my husband. There is a difference between you and him. The car slowed down, receiving John's attention. As they looked ahead, the scene that unfolded before their eyes was infuriating for John and brought hope and happiness to Ryan. A huge number of cars were following them from every side, left, right, front, and back. They were running fast. She saw a car at the front and knew her husband was in it by the huge logo JK engraved on it. John cursed and was about to put the knife to her throat again. But his hand was short. The knife fell off his hand. The driver tried to make a move as well, but he was pointed at by a number of rifles held by Jungkook's men, who were half out of their car's window. John ducked, using seat to protect him, holding his short, bleeding hand out of pain. But he could handle that much after years of training. One grabbed the gun instantly and pointed it at him. A gun she found tucked under the driver's seat. There was no way someone like Vine could ever kill a human. But when it came to her child, she didn't know what lengths she might cross to protect her baby as a mother. It was enough to distract John for even a moment, giving Jungkook the window to shoot Jones once again through his side of the car window over his shoulder. Vine flinched and held the gun tightly. She didn't like that sight at all, but she couldn't break right now. When John was shot twice, he was bleeding heavily, and the terrifying rifle bullets were putting him in a miserable pain. Vine put the gun on the head of the driver. Vine, stop the car. Her insides were panicking. She had her eyes on John, who tried to move, but every time he did, he was shot, and Vine was shocked how they made sure to shoot him at a place they wouldn't kill him. John, don't stop. Pick up the pace. They won't kill you and put a racing car in a chance of getting in an accident. She is pregnant. He groaned and was almost near to his break point, yet he managed to say it out. The driver was sweating at this point, yet he compiled. There were cars everywhere, leaving no space for his escape, and when he saw a helicopter chasing them as well, he knew his doom was near. Vine was so near to her fifth month, and the whole situation and panic was putting her in so much stress. She felt more contractions in her belly, making her cry. In that moment, the driver pulled the gun from Vine's wrist and threw it in John's lap. John held it to Vine's head. Vine widened her eyes, trying to cope up with the pain and the situation. Yet, to his bad luck, his hand was shot once again, and the car jerked to a stop. Wine instantly opened the door and ran out, getting covered by the guards who stood in front of her to protect her from any harm. A lady held onto her, then brought her to a car, helping her sit, while she cried out in pain, holding onto her belly. We are taking you to hospital. Everything is fine. You are safe now. Please try to relax for your baby. Your husband is here too. You are safe. The lady tried to calm her down, which surprisingly helped Wine to some length. Wine, I'm fine. Please call Jungkook. I don't want to go anywhere without him anymore. By that point, she was scared of getting out of Jungkook's sight anymore. When her pain got better a little, she looked out and found a few cars leaving. The men were taking over the whole place. John and his driver were dragged away, and then she saw her husband coming towards her car. He got in while the lady stepped out of the car. Vine broke down when she finally received the warmth of his arms. The whole situation made her vulnerable, and no amount of fear could ever compare to what she felt during this hour. Jungkook quietly, yet tightly, held his wife in his embrace, placing a kiss to her head. He was too enraged, and her cries only added fuel to his anger. Jungkook, you are very brave. I'm proud of you. Ryan, I was so scared. I don't want to go anywhere without you anymore. Jungkook, you won't. I'll take you everywhere. Stop crying. The baby must be stressed too. He whispered sweet nothings in her ear, showering her with soft touches and kisses until she finally stopped crying and relaxed in his arms. Jungkook, I'm sorry for letting him take you back there. The knife would have killed you. People like John don't make a move to flaunt. They make a move to execute. He knew he was dead if I caught him. He wouldn't go down alone without taking you with him. Why? You saved me now. I feel so tired. Jungkook ordered the driver to take them back home. As he helped her lay on the seat with her head on his lap as he gently stroked her hair. Once they reached home, Jungkook took her to their bedroom and got her checked by the doctor. She received an IV tube for her energy and everything she went through in the last few hours. Jungkook stayed beside her all the time and fed her with his own hands. Ryan, you should rest. You must be tired too. I'm fine now, she told him after he had been sitting beside her on the chair for the last 4 hours now. Jungkook, you're not, and he is not either. He caressed her belly, providing his child with the softest touch, letting him know that his father would protect him no matter what. Ryan, we are okay. We have you now. She placed her hand over his, and Jungkook closed his eyes. He kissed her head and fixed the sheets around her. Jungkook, I'll bring you to your parents tomorrow, or we can go out for a vacation. Something refreshing will help you move on, and I was planning for it anyways. Vine nodded and really appreciated how thoughtful he was about it. She believed she was going to have nightmares about the event, but with him beside her, she could recover easily. Jungkook also promised her therapy in case she is faced with any side effects. He had been in several battles, and he knew the consequences of seeing things in real rather than on a TV screen. They messed with your brain, and he was not letting any further damage happen to his wife or his child. He took care of John as well, raided all of his places in the upcoming days, got his hands on every information stored, external, internal, or hidden. With proper planning and experience, he took over the Jones clan as well, becoming even more stronger than he was. The word spread in the underworld that the already mighty John Jungkook had took over another empire after they tried to mess with his wife. John's barely recognizable body was displayed to everyone as a symbol what happens to those who mess with the John. Nothing is left of them and their empire. Once he was done, he took his wife over for a vacation on a faraway island and enjoyed their days like a normal couple would, as he watched her tummy grow in a full size before she gave birth to another word who became his whole universe.